Hello and welcome to the Dark Night of the Soul series. My name is Trevor ilesley, and my goal is to be able to explain what is the Dark Night of the Soul. The reason why I can explain this is because it was something that I went through for many years, and like yourself, I didn't want it to happen. I wanted things to change. I wanted to go back to the being that I used to be. But on hindsight of it all, it took me many years trying to discover what was it? Why was I going through this? It was a crazy, mental, suicidal ride of bad dreams that one day I was hoping that I was going to wake up from. That day never really came. Not in the way that I expected anyway. So I decided to march on. I wrote everything down, and I discovered that within me was a code, a special code. Call it God's washing instructions if you like. And the message that I received was for me to be me. Basically, my soul wanted me to be me. Now, what did that mean? That's exactly what I felt at the time. I didn't understand what the message was saying. I thought I was being me. But on hindsight of it all, I wasn't. I was being my parents. I was being the teachers. I was being my experiences. And I was definitely being the programming. Now, if you are like me and you feel that something is wrong, then I'm telling you now, something is seriously wrong, because it's your life. Your life needs to be looked at, it needs to be appreciated, and it needs to be loved. There's only one you, and there's only one me. We are more priceless than the Mona Lisa. So why can't we cherish that? This is where we are in today's awakening. The Dark Night of the Soul is becoming quite apparent in the way humanity is leading its people. Many people are falling to the system. They believe that the system is all there is and there is nothing else. But people that are going through the Dark Night of the Soul, your soul is tapping you on the shoulder and saying to you, hey, do you remember me? Do you remember why you came here? That's what the Dark Night of the Soul is there for. So it's about taking the ride, letting go of who you are, but in the process, you're going to start to know how to heal yourself. And so therefore, you may feel that you're going on a backward journey, and the Dark Night of the Soul is taking you there. Why? Because it wants you to go back to the bare bones of who you were before it all got mucked up by the programmers. I discovered within me that I did have this special code, and it took me years to work it out. Because the reason being is, the biggest problem, if you're going through the dark night, is you can't explain to normal folk what you're going through. Of course, they'll look at you and say that you're depressed and you're not doing much, but inside you're processing. You're trying to understand. You're trying to get to the bottom of the truth. And truth it is. And you cannot beat the power of being you. That is the truth. And the feelings of who you are also your truths. So, I came here with a philosophy called Beamism, a healing code called Mbaki, and a code to life called I See Be Me. So basically, I don't see human beings anymore, but I do see Be Me beings. Now, Be Me beings are a way of being able to understand who stands before you, what is the meaning of a relationship, and why, because none of us know that, do they? We go through these relationships, one minute we love them, and then we hate them. But on hindsight of that, why should we do that? Isn't that horrible to be able to do that? So many relationships that you have been through, including myself, what one was right? Well, I must say, they was all right. They was all teaching me to go somewhere, but at the point, I just didn't know where. But little did I know, they was taking me on a journey, and they was pointing the way. So for any of yous that feel that you're stuck in the past because of relationships, because of your parents, let me tell you this little secret. They are players on a chessboard that I'd like to call angel chess. And they have been great players. They've all been sent for you to find yourself. So even though you may find yourself in this place of feeling shut down, got no energy, suicidal thoughts, with a mind that is driving you crazy, they've put you there, yeah? Of course they have. And of course, you're keeping yourself there as well. You're keeping yourself trapped in the prison. But that's good. Solitary confinement always gets you to think in a different way. So I'm here to help you to think in a different way. And that's where we're at. So you believe that you are human beings. I'm going to explain to you that you are a beamy being. Now, a beamy being sees things in a completely different way. It starts to see life in a more of a beautiful way, because the goal of the soul is to get you to have a beautiful mind essence. BME, BME. To have a beautiful mind is the only way that you can see the beauty in you and the beauty of life. I want to live a beautiful life, don't you? We all search for love and we all search for happiness. And if you ask 1 billion people, what are you searching for? They will always say love and happiness. So if they are searching for love and happiness, be sure they are not containing love or happiness. Otherwise, they wouldn't be searching for it. But I think too that is a trick. I think what you really should be searching for is to know thyself and the power of healing. Once you understand the power and the gift behind the word healing, then you understand know thyself. See, knowledge is power. And the society out there don't want you having knowledge. But having knowledge of self as an awakened being is a very powerful being. Why? Because it cannot be controlled. You are in the state of the dark night of the soul because you've been controlled all your life. You've never liked it. You've hated the people that have controlled you. But here's the interesting thing. You thought that's what you needed because you couldn't survive on your own, or that you felt that you needed somebody else. You needed somebody to love you, and you needed somebody to make you happy. What did you get? Snippets. 5 minutes of love and 5 minutes of happiness. Either way, or one way. Nothing lasts. Not even you. Not even this planet. Even this planet, one day, will disappear. So we are very privileged to be here. Now, the dark night of the soul is not an illness. Let's make that one very sure. It's not an illness. It is not a mental illness. And it is not depression. And no tablet will ever put you right. Because you're here on a transformational journey. You came from spirit. You landed on this planet. You came here with a plan and an idea. You just forgot. As you went along your journey, you did all the normal things. Call it God giving you the reins to appreciate and experience all the things that life had to offer. Pains of relationships, loves and emotions, fears, illusions, the whole kit and caboodle. Then you fell into what we call the dark night, and you started to question it, and you started to think, something is seriously wrong. Something here isn't right. What is it? And of course, you've gone on and you've tried to blame yourself, and you've blamed all the players that are in it. No, the dark night of the soul is trying to get you to remember. See, here's the programming. You have been taught that you are born, that you live this journey, and then you die, and you go to a spirit world, or you may go to the kingdom of God. Either way, whatever way you decide to see fit. Now, I looked at it like this. That story just didn't make sense. Why would I be born, die, and then go to the spirit world? My spirit, my guide, my soul came in and went, no, that is completely wrong. You came here from spirit to lead a human life, to then remember that you are a spirit, to then leave this planet and go back to the spirit world. But how do you want to go back? Damaged? You didn't come here damaged. You've been damaged along the way. And this is what healing's all about. It's to be able to understand the damage and healing the body and the mind and the emotions is one of the greatest transformations and one of the hardest jobs you will ever endure in your life. But being in the dark night of the soul, you are already on it. So what I want you to do is to look at yourself as a beamy being. When you are stressed and you are worried and you are feeling that you cannot cope, take 3 deep breaths and recite this: balance my emotions. Balance my emotions. Balance my emotions. Why? Because that is the first time you have ever told your brain and your body and your mind and your emotions to basically shut the fuck up. That's how it works. Balance my emotions. The brain then kicks in and says, oh, okay, I'll do that then. And so therefore, you start to balance your emotions. Try it and see how you get on with that. I guarantee you, you will start to feel better. Now, listen, don't just do it just for one day. Do it every day that this happens. And before long, you'll start to get used to it. You'll start to understand that it's been your emotions that's actually been killing you, because the power of emotions is called control. And everyone, your teachers, your parents and the governments are all controlling you from the fear of emotions. So, balance your emotions. But you're going to say, balance my emotions. B-M-E. Balance my emotions. See how you get on with that and let me know. Trevor Ilesley, Facebook, Teaching Beamism, or subscribe to my channel, Trevor Ilesley. See you there.